Hello everyone, welcome to the Dataholics YouTube channel, and in today's video we are going to discuss about a Python project come assignment. And trust me when I say that, by doing something we can learn it more effectively and efficiently. So I really recommend you, while doing this program, while watching this video, write this code, Python code in your system. Try to run the code, try to execute the code, and try to also manipulate the code. I have given this code, I have given this project into two formats. One is level 1 and another is level 2. In level 2, we will try to make this program or make this project more dynamic so that it is more handy, it is more better, more efficient and all, right? But this project is going to help you a lot in understanding the concepts of Python, understanding the functions in Python, different data types in Python, how to handle a CSV file, how to read a CSV file, how to search a data into CSV file using Python code, and lot of more things, right? So I highly recommend you to watch this video till the end and apply whatever you learn. Try to write this program, and this will act as a very good mini project for you to add into your resume as well as LinkedIn profile. And to explain this project into the interview, it will really help you boost your Python skills and showcase it right during the interview. So without wasting much of the time, let's get started. So the name I've given to this assignment is CSV Data Search Program. The Python code file will be datafinder.py, and I will put this code and the CSV file, relevant CSV file, into my GitHub. You can get it from description in the video. So the objective of this program, first let us understand the requirement, the objective. We have to create a Python program that reads the data from a CSV file and allows the users to search through the CSV file using specific key fields. This is useful, very much useful for extracting relevant information from large collection of data like playlist, financial transactions, contact list, or inventory records. For better understanding, let us directly jump to a sample CSV file for this, for example, like this. And what this program will be able to do, that is, like for example, there are 4 columns. If you can see, name, age, department, and salary. And the program will ask you, how do you want to search the data? By their name, by the age, by the department, or by salary. So for example, you say that I want to search the data by name, and then it will ask the name out of these. So let's say you put the name Ram. So it will give you all the relevant information for Ram. If the CSV file has multiple information, multiple data records for Ram, then it will give you multiple records. If it has single record, it will only give you single record. But if you put a name like Akshat, which is not present in this record, it will just simply give you a message that Akshat is not present in the given CSV file. In a very similar manner, if you want to search the data by department, like for example, finance, it will give you all the records for finance, like this, this, and all. Yeah, right? So this will be going to achieve. And before even jumping to the code, let me just explain it to you and showcase you, right? So to execute this program, to create this program, we will have 2 major requirements. First is the CSV file with multiple rows. And the second is the CSV file should have at least 2 or more columns, correct? So we have to write a Python script. The Python script will be named as datafinder.py. And so yeah, this is all about the program. Example. Okay, just for example, example 2. Searching a music playlist. Assume you have a playlist.csv file like this, in which the columns are like this: track ID, title, artist, genre, and length. And for example, you want to search the records based on artist, right? So let's say you named it as, let's say, Dua Lipa, right? So it will give you this record when you search from a CSV file. But this search will be done using the Python code, right? So the interaction will be something like this: search by the title or artist. You said artist, and enter your search term. So which artist do you want to search the data by? So let's say you entered this name, and it will give you these 2 records. And at the end, it will print a message: 2 records found, right? In another loop, if you want to search the data by title or artist, now this time you said title. So enter your search term and you put this title, right? And it will give you the relevant record from the CSV file. So I hope you get an understanding, you get an idea about how this Python code is working. Let me quickly show you by this sample file only. I'm going to use this sample file, right? So let me quickly execute the code and show you. So for example, let me run this code. Yeah. So search by name, age, department, or salary. These are nothing but the column names in this file. So for example, if I want to search the people by their name, like this, right? And let's say I want to search for Akshat. It says zero record found because Akshat is not present in this CSV file. Correct? Now let's say we search for Suresh. Let's say, again, I want to search for the data by name and Suresh. Enter. So see, it is giving me the relevant data for Suresh and says one record found. So I hope now you get an idea. Until we press quit, it will keep asking the search, right? So user wants to terminate the program. See you later. That's just a humble message, right? So I hope now you get a very fair understanding about how does this program execute. Again, even before writing the code, let us try to understand the algorithm. How we are going to write the program, how we are going to approach this problem, correct? So we will first start the program, and the very important thing which we will do in this program is to define a function. The function name will be search CSV, which will have three inputs. First, the file path, path of the CSV file. Second, we have the search field, the column name by which you want to search the data. And the third, the search term. So for example, in the last example which we saw, file path is given, search field will be the name, and the search term will be the Suresh. Correct? And what will happen in this search CSV folder function? First, we will open the CSV file using the CSV module of Python library, CSV library of Python. Read the header row. Header row means the column name, the first line. To get the column names, we will check if the search field, that is the column name which the user has given, exists in the header row or not. If it does not exist, we will simply print a message that okay, this search field, for example, if you want to search the data by, let's say, email, but which is not present in this column, correct? So it will simply give a message that email is not present, or else if it exists, if the value in the search field matches the search term, case insensitive, we will add the row to the result list, and we will just ask the user what search term do you want to search for, let's say Suresh, and we will give the return the result accordingly. Correct? I hope that makes sense. And then the step 3 will be set the file path to the name of your CSV file. Then we will start a loop. Why loop? Because we will keep asking the user that how do you want to search the data until the user chooses to quit, right? So that's how our program executes. I hope you understand basically the algorithm. How does this program, how are we going to write the program? And I have already written the code to save this time. Let us try to understand the code very well, line by line. Understanding it very important. So first of all, we are going to import the CSV module. If you do not have the CSV module, you might need to install it first, right? So pip install CSV, correct? So you might need to do this beforehand. After that, once you import it, right, then we are going to create the function. As I said, search CSV function. Def is the keyword to create any function in Python. Search CSV is the name of the Python function, and it will require three inputs: file path, search field, basically the column name, and the search term, basically the value by which you want to search. Correct? And we are going to create an empty list. Why an empty list? To store the relevant rows. For example, row for Suresh, row for Ramesh. We will store everything in this result list. Correct? And then I'm going to use file handling of Python. So with open the file path. So I'm going to open this file, whatever the user has entered, into the reading mode as file. CSV reader is equal to csv.reader file. So basically I'm just reading the CSV file using the reader function of the CSV library. So in this CSV library, we have a function called reader function, and we are going to use this function to read this relevant file, whatever the user has given in this file path. Correct? Header is equal to next csv.header. Basically, we are just trying to read the column names of that CSV file. So whatever CSV file you enter, this header function will store the column names. Header variable will store the column names. Correct? And then now let's check if the specified search field, but basically the column name which the user has given, is present in the header or not. Correct? So if search field not in header, we will just say the search field is not a valid search field. For example, in this file, if you want to search the data by email, it is not present. So we will just simply present a message that email is not a valid search field. Correct, and return the result, basically an empty list because nothing is searched. But for row in CSV reader, if the search term is present in this header column names, correct, then what we will do, we will just append the row. Row means, for example, the user is searching for Suresh, so this will be the row. We will just add this row to the result list. So initially the list was blank, it will add the first row. And similarly, if you keep searching for Suresh, then Ramesh, then whatever the user, it will keep adding their records at the end of the results list. Correct? And at the end of this function, we were just going to return the result list finally. Correct? So this is how do we create that function. Now let us build the main program. File, we have given the file path example transaction.csv, and make sure that you put the CSV file into the same folder where you are writing the code, or else give the full file path. How do you get the file path? That's an interesting question. And if I show you here, yeah. So for example, this is the file. Let's say example transaction.csv. So right click on this file, go to the properties, and here you get the security. And this object name will give you the exact file path name. Correct? So this is how do you get the file path. While true, basically this is an infinite loop. I will only terminate this loop when the user wants to quit the program. And otherwise, this program will keep asking the user. Correct? How do you search? So search is equal to input, search by name, age, department, or salary. So basically these are the 4 column names which I have manually entered because I know I am dealing with these 4 column names only. Or else enter quit to terminate the program. Search field is equal to search.capitalize just for case insensitivity. If search.lower is equal to quit, basically whatever the user has entered, if the user has entered the quit, I will just break the program by writing a message user wants to terminate the program, see you later. I'll just break the program simply. But if the search field not in name, age, department, and salary, these are the 4 column names from that example transaction file. If the field the user wants to search by, for example, email is not present in this list, then print an error message that no such column exists in the given CSV file. In all other situations, basically whatever the user has entered exists in the column names. So we will try to ask the value, what do you want to search for? For example, search field will be the name and the value will be Ramesh. Correct? So the user let's say the user wants to search for name Ramesh. I will just do nothing. I will call this search CSV function with the given file path. This is the file path. Search field, that is the name column, and the value, that is Ramesh. I will just call this function with all these given parameters and store the output in the result variable. If there is something in the result variable, I will just print it in the output, else I will say 0 records found. Correct? So this is as simple as a program which we can create, and it is a very relevant use case in the industry, which we can use this as a mini project or a demo project in our resume and LinkedIn also. I'll just run this program again for you. So for example, let's say the user wants to search for department this time. So this department is nothing but the search field, enter. And I want to search for the finance department. This is nothing but the value. So for finance, we have 3 records. So 3 records found and they are entered like this. For example, this time I want to search for email. It will say no such column exists because in the CSV file, there is no column called CSV email. Let's say I want to search for name and I want to search for Akshat. For Akshat, 0 record. So this is how our program is built. So that's all for this particular program, guys. But as per my understanding, we can do a very quick modification or enhancement in this program. If you see, guys, we have given a manual column names here in the elif function, the elif statement. But let's say we are interacting with multiple CSV files. Here we are interacting with this file only. But let's say the user changes a CSV file. So of course the file column names might change. So if we want to build this program more dynamic, to be more reusable for different CSV files, so instead of giving manual CSV column names, we will have to give the actual column name from that particular CSV file. Now let us try to do this enhancement in the next code. Correct? So everything, this search file function will be very similar as above. But here what we will do, we will just try to save the columns in a header variable, which we have done earlier also, but we have not used it. Now this time in the output, while taking the user input, I will give the header variable. For example, if I run this program, this name, age, department and salary is not entered manually by me. It is handled by this line. I hope you are able to understand, right? Search by the column names which is stored in the header variable. Correct? So for example, now this time I entered name. What do you want to search for? Like I want to search for Dio. 0 records found. Okay, perfect. Right? After that, this is the first change which we have to make in this program. And the second change, guys, we will have to make is this print. Search.door is equal to quit if the search field not in header. Yeah. Previously, we were giving this list manually, name, age, department, and salary. But this time, we will just give the header. See, if the search.lower is equal to quit, then break the program. If search field not in header. Now, this time, I'm not going to give the manual list of the column names. I'm giving the header variable. So, whatever CSV file is being used in the program, like column names will be replaced accordingly. So these are the only two major changes which we have done in the particular code. But just by doing this, our program is enhanced more, right? So that's all I think for today's video, guys. And I hope this helps. I hope this program gives you a better understanding about how to handle a CSV file and how to read a CSV file, how to search in a CSV file, about functions, how to use a function, how to create a function, and many more things, right? So that's all. And if you really get some value from this video, I would suggest you guys to write this program yourself, type it by yourself, try to execute the program, and you will see, like, magic. You will see a lot of confidence in yourself, right? And if you get the value from this video, guys, please do not forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Dataholics, right? So, and stay tuned for more such relevant Python projects and content on data analytics and data science. Thank you so much, guys. Akshat Agrawal signing off, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.